Sure.
And we're
That was
live.
better than any time.
Who just took us live? Did you take us live?
I think it was John.
I don't think I have the power.
Welcome.
To do
That's
that.
bullshit. Travis did it. Hey, what's up, guys? Hello.
Hello. Welcome to the official CrossFit Legends Masters Championship podcast. That's
right.
us. We're the official podcast.
Whoa. There's a lot of names.
You butchered that really hard.
You
We need
knew
an
what I
acronym.
meant.
Clydesdale would never butcher that as bad as you just did.
Guys, listen.
no.
It's an exciting weekend, especially for these guys in the top left who are down in Birmingham. But it's been a difficult day for others. John's been the victim of a bit of an ass pounding by the world's strongest man on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of you caught that. John, what do you think, man? How's your day been?
It's been fine. Just normal day.
Is it a
honestly,
normal day?
Honestly,
CrossFit misogynist.
I'm very, very I'm very thankful for the YouTube comments. I'm very happy that those are not like how the Instagram comments were, because the Instagram comments were far, far worse. YouTube, I feel like YouTube's got my back. Sevon went on a 40-minute rampage on Mitchell Hooper. If you guys have not seen that, it was pretty awesome.
Oh, did he? Where did he do that, on Instagram or YouTube?
He did it this morning, right?
Yeah. He did it this morning. His last one. I think Souza goes on after him, but his last one, it was like 145 to the 230 mark.
I'll have to check it out. I didn't watch it.
Literally
this
40 minutes, dude. It was wild.
Man, fuck this guy, man. I watched like part of the video. It's just
I 100% agree.
Come
Fuck
on,
this
man.
guy.
Come on,
dude,
man.
He's your fellow countryman, man.
I don't claim him. He actually sounds like he has a bit of an accent, like a European accent or something. Is it just me? He talks a little like.
I was actually
insulting.
dreading this podcast because I thought you would agree with him just because he was Canadian.
Yeah, no, not at all. Typically, that is my stance, but
real quick before we get in, do y'all think what I said was that bad?
No,
I don't either. I don't either.
It was a joke, and come on.
I think it's just kind of
hate
consistent
that I'm getting
with
from this is wild.
It's intense. Can we find some good comments? Someone find them and pull them up.
Oh my God, hold on, I gotta fix.
Sevon goes, I'm sorry that he doesn't like women with a 4-inch clit. And he can say that and not get anything for it. And then I get this crazy hate from what I've said.
I think he does get it. It's just
no, bro.
I mean, to be fair,
It's not gonna work.
this is Spin's fault. Like it is. Like
Yeah, Spin set you up big time, man.
He did. He threw you on blast. Had he not made a full post separately about it, it would have been nothing.
I don't think he thought
Justin,
strong people would get a hold of it like that.
Yeah, that's
listen.
fair.
My favorite thing about his rebuttal video is, like, first off, he felt compelled to go make a YouTube video about your comments, like, and then he points out, like, how it's so inappropriate for you to be commenting on people's appearances while proceeding to make fun of your appearance.
They called me ugly like 4 times.
And then like has an issue with you saying they're unattractive, and then kind of alludes to the fact that they're unattractive by saying, well, they're not going to win a beauty contest. It's like, just right over his head, man. Fuck that guy. He sucks. That was pretty funny. I can't believe you got a YouTube video made about you, but
that's pretty sick by a big platform too. Because I mean, I've made people have made YouTube videos, but like this, you should feel special.
I feel so special, man.
That's good. Did you lose any sleep? How does your wife feel about it?
I don't know how she feels about it.
You don't know? You haven't talked to her about it?
No, like she kind of just goes, "Are you okay?" Like making sure like the comments aren't getting to me.
Oh, sure.
And
that's a good wife.
But like completely on my side. She went and watched the deadlift for the Arnold Classic, and she went and watched the Strong Women deadlift, and she goes, "There is nothing you said that was wrong." And I was like, all right, well, I appreciate that, but no, she's just making sure I'm good, and that I'm not getting like mentally torn down.
Dude, it is tough. You get a lot of hate on the internet. I've gotten maybe like a couple comments just in
is
the
the
live stream. It's like,
just about your voice. And it's only about your voice too.
If you look at Instagram, the Instagram comments are really bad, man. Like they're really bad.
Spin set you up. Spin fed you to the wolves for sure. I couldn't believe
I don't think he thought it was gonna go this.
I agree.
Viral.
He didn't.
Yeah.
There's no way.
We have an outpouring of support for you in the comments,
Yeah,
John. And anyone that
good,
knows
buddy.
you, guys, I spent a week with John in person. He's as an exceptional person as they come.
I appreciate it, guys.
Beautiful, kind man. We
Yeah,
love you, John. Don't let them get to you.
My girls, my main girls that I train at my gym, because I got like a group of like 6 girls. They are like, one of them is so just like so against everybody that's commenting. It's really, really fun. It's fun for them just to see them get my back, and like it's very like personal. You know what I mean? Like it's our text group. It's nobody else's text group, but it's nice. It's nice that they have my back.
It's good to see. All right, well,
I
that's
love
that.
the call in.
Yeah, we got a live call in. Might work, might not.
Might not. I think it's going. I think we're good.
If anybody feels compelled to call in. Anyway, what else is going on? So who have we got in the top left? We've got CJ, guys. We've got Coach Nelson. Who's in the middle? Is that Lando?
This is Lando.
Yeah.
Hey, Lando.
Coach Lando.
Can you hear him if he talks
Yeah.
loud on that mic?
If he talks loud, we can.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We'll pass
yeah.
it
You're
back.
probably gonna want to take
When
the
will we see Lando in a workout war? Because we've yet to see him.
We want a
I'm
piece
not
of him.
sure. I'm coming back from a pec tear and stuff, but I'll get back.
Hey,
perfect.
CJ's had 2 strokes, man. He's been on twice.
It's fair.
True. These guys are not just hanging out around a glass table for the fun of it. You guys are down in Birmingham at the Masters Games, guys. What's the vibe down there? How are things?
It's pretty good. We dropped into a gym, pretty crowded. I feel like it's probably like the closest gym to like the venue, and definitely seemed like.
Have you seen the venue? Have you seen the venue? What's it
No,
like?
after this, I think we're gonna try and
Yeah.
sneak our way around. We're not far. We're in the convention center, so
Yeah.
we're staying on site. So
Oh,
we
nice.
we can walk to it. Pretty sure it's just like across the walkway
Yeah.
into the north. So we're gonna meander through it. I'm guessing that they don't have much set up.
Right.
Would be my guess because they weren't allowed to. They said that the warm up area wouldn't be ready till Thursday. So, which is when competition starts.
Yeah, you got down there early. I mean, it's only Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
check-ins
What are you
tomorrow.
guys doing?
There's
Check-ins
an
tomorrow.
In-person briefing tomorrow night, right?
I don't know.
I think
Probably.
so.
I hate going to those.
Yeah, I know.
They're
it's
the
gonna be
worst.
So many people too, and some of those questions will
Ken-
be fun.
Oh, okay. Ken, that's Nelson. He's from
Nelson.
the WODprep team. That's who's talking. If you're just
Coach
listening, that's
Nelson, Coach
Nelson.
Lando.
So
Travis,
yeah,
I'm digging your
the-
lighting.
Lando, wasn't
Yeah,
Lando
my light's
the
messed up.
guy that flies the ship in Galaxy Quest? Wasn't that guy's name Lando?
It's Star Wars.
Yeah, I mean that's
Star
Star
Wars. Star Wars. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
We got
Cloud
space
City.
right.
There's
So-
about to be a whole new kind of
So
comments for that.
speaking of Lando, so
So yeah, I used to own a gym called Cloud City Athletics, right? Just because the Cloud City is this where Lando is from. So once I closed that, then I started working with WODprep.
Oh,
Very
sick.
cool.
Very cool.
so
very
he's
cool.
he's
so
a nerd. So he's a nerd. Full CrossFit. Full Star Wars.
When's this? When's
Oh, he
the
probably
game
hates
start?
me then because I misquoted his name then.
John, I think the general sentiment is the first 24 hours that anyone knows you is like full hate, and then you just sort of build on them. At least everyone in WODprep, it was just like a solid
yeah, John,
start on the bottom,
John's
and then you
debut.
work your
Tough
way
debut.
back up,
And
baby.
then I grow on people.
you're like, oh, this guy's not going anywhere. He's on every piece of CrossFit content. I better get used to him.
No
Better like him.
strongman content though. So
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah. When do the games start down there, guys? Thursday.
Thursday.
Thursday morning, pretty
Yeah.
early.
So Thursday,
Okay, so
and then we pretty much run between all 4 of our athletes theoretically. Kevin is our 4th athlete, Coach Kevin, and we have a 60 female as well, and so we pretty much run from 7:30 to almost 6 every day for as far as events. There's 3 events:
Oh wow.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then 1 event on Sunday. And then during that time as well, there's a team event happening, and so it's busy. There's a lot of people. There's 460 games athletes, and I don't know how many teams there are.
I think there's like 10 to 12 for 3 divisions.
3
probably
divisions,
30 to
so
40 teams.
There's-
so another
there's
100
teams?
athletes.
yeah,
There's
it was
master
like a-
teams.
Yeah, it was like a
Like a lottery based on your performance.
yeah,
in
sort of like
squats.
what was it, Syndicate? Like there's just another competition
Yeah.
going on. Like they're just doing a
Oh,
community
okay.
type
okay.
thing.
Oh,
It's not.
okay.
Oh, okay. I
gotcha.
got you.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I was
it's
gonna
not
say,
like-
damn, John, you and I could get on a team here in a few
Yeah,
years.
sh-
Might be
yeah,
our,
for
it might be
sure.
our chance to make the games, man.
That's right.
Ricky Shanna Ferrucci. Oh shit, Lando. I used to coach at Cloud City when I was stationed at JBLM. You remember this person, Ricky? There, Lambo?
Yeah, I remember him.
Lando.
He used to work out there and stuff. Real good guy.
It's a good guy. He's in the chat. All right, good to know.
Let's go, baby.
Um,
We're everywhere.
Big reach.
It's WODprep takeover.
So what's the main topic today? Are we talking the programming?
Yeah, I think we can talk programming a little bit. And then I really just want to kind of lean into just like how, I mean, I think we're just generally moving on and just, like what you guys are doing in general, how you feel about training and the gym and Crash. Like, there's qualifiers happening, Rogues coming up, that kind of thing. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to forget,
We can do
but I
whatever
want
we
to
want.
continue to move forward, So let's talk some programming first.
Yeah,
Travis,
let's do it. I can.
you want to share?
Yep. This
All
is
right.
it.
Event one,
Yeah, you
4
went over
rounds,
this already.
600-meter run, 5 deadlifts, 10 deadlifts, 15 and 20, 18-minute time cap. So as we go through these, I think a couple things to keep in mind is there's 3 floors, 460 athletes running 10 events, roughly. 55 plus only does 8 over 4 days, right? Really over 3 days. They do 1 event on Sunday. And so I think there's a pretty marked amount of time limitation, equipment limitation that we have to keep in mind as far as when we look at redundancies and movement selection and time
Right.
domains. Because there's a big theme here. And I think the theme probably could have been avoided a little bit. A lot of squatting, a lot of barbell. Maybe they could have used more dumbbell, but it does seem like there were some limitations. There's no handstand push-ups. I don't think they could get a plexi up, right? I don't think that was possible. So anyways, yeah, how do you guys feel about this? John,
They're
and
working
Travis,
with
have you
what they
guys?
got.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Did you go over this anywhere?
No, this is the
Negative.
first time.
No. Okay. Cool.
I know the events, but I have not went over them.
Cool. Cool.
Already better than the games individual. That's my first thought. The
Get
deadlift
all of the
workout.
events.
Yeah.
Well,
all
no,
the
just
sports.
event one. Event one, we've already lifted a heavier barbell than all of the games, despite the clean event. Without the clean event, this is the heaviest barbell in event one of the Masters.
This is the heaviest barbell of the weekend, though. It's the same weight
Even
as the power clean.
1 rep max back squat, front squat.
Oh, front squat. Yeah, that's right. That's
So
fair.
what I'm saying is for
Hey, Sarah.
games individuals, the fittest people on earth, not the fittest old people on earth, but the fittest people on
They're
earth.
masters. John, this show refers to them as masters.
It's less than already of event one. So that's how it's already better programming than the games individuals.
This is
I think this is
25, 50.
I would bet a bit more aerobic than the strength side. Have you done this one? Have you done any of them, guys?
No.
The only
No.
one,
Yeah, we
No,
did like a version
what did we
of a
do?
team one.
I feel like I did one. No, I didn't do any.
I feel like this will be.
This is going to be, this is the one that I test. This and the bike workout was what I test with my athletes the closest as far as like the entire workout. And I mean, it's spicy. It might be a little light, but again, I think they're trying to get they're trying to keep the time cap where it is, but I mean, it's a
think they
pretty
want the run
hefty
to
amount
matter.
of deadlifts. Yeah.
I think they want.
Yeah,
I think it.
for
So
sure.
like the first event in semifinals, maybe for the individuals, where it was the
comparison,
800
yes.
meter and the 185 clean and jerks. Like that's
Mhm.
the vibe I get. They want the best runners to be the best, but if you're
Right.
weak, you're not going to be the best. You
Right.
have to be a
Yeah.
little strong and the best runner. And I love those workouts. I mean, I'm not great at those workouts, but I love those workouts as a test of fitness.
Yeah. I
The
like
run,
ascending. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say the run, definitely matters even more so when you look at 20 of the 50 deadlifts, right, are at the end.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it's not, it's just, and at the weight that it is at 255, 180, it's not that heavy that you can't just get in there and still bang them all out unbroken.
Yeah, I mean, if we look at the midline climb, right? Like think of the fatigue they had going into the deadlifts at 225, right?
Dude, the last deadlifts mattered a lot.
so much. And so I think we're going to see the same thing, right? It's funny. We talk about this like safety stuff. And the reference I always use with safety is like fast runs and deadlifts. And then it was just like the first thing that we see. And I was like, let's go, baby. Who fucking cares about a hamstring?
It's not, I feel like it's
not 50, right? And it's not going into a 200 meter, right? 600 meters to open, they're going to be warm. I think they'll be fine. And the bulk of the workout is on the back end too, where you're most likely moving slower anyways. So I like it. I think it's a good workout. I think it's going to hurt a lot. And it's just who's going to go faster, right? Which is a big theme of the weekend, right? Just pure capacity, who can run the best. And has at least the amount of strength to probably stay unbroken to win.
Yeah, because in comparison to semis, like the 800 meter, I feel like was much more kind of in that like aerobic setting where like this is going to be a lot more of like, can you push harder, get to the deadlift bar? And then like that last 600 prior to the 20 deadlifts is like emptying the tank almost. Because then most of them are going to be able to hold on to that deadlift bar for a big-ish set. So, I mean,
essentially it's a trap on that last run.
For sure.
It's because the first one to the deadlift bar is probably the winner. But then you're going to be like completely smoked. And now you have to do 20 deadlifts at 255 because you wanted to be the first one to deadlift. No, that's such a sweet trap of fitness. And then just see who can hold on.
Larry Young, if he gets on WODprep, he's going to win this shit. I can confirm, guys. Larry Young, John's dad,
he ain't running 600 meters.
He's yoked.
Ever?
Man,
no,
your dad told me
he can run 600 meters. No, I'm saying he's not running this super fast. 600 meter row, he might win.
Your dad told me he was consuming 1,400 calories a day. Can you tell him that that's not smart?
He doesn't.
He's cutting, bro. I think these 35, these young bucks, man, are gonna obliterate this workout.
Yeah, for sure.
They're gonna be running fast. 2.5.
I think the fastest runner wins. Still.
Yeah, it's not heavy enough to really trip up anybody.
No, and then hold on. Orlando, will you pull up the?
We'll take a look.
Go to the games. Go to the game site and pull up the age group differences. We won't talk about it for there. But so the one thing that I do want to hit on with some of these is how Legends adjusted for the age groups, and if we agree with them or not. I know that's like not something you guys are super comfortable or used to, right? Is looking at the older age groups, but they tried really, really hard, and you can tell, which is good because they basically changed it every 10 years instead of the same workout through 55. So.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So what's your?
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you. So, what's your concern? Are you saying they did a good job this year? With
For this one, so it's 255, 180 for 35 and 44. 45 to 54 is 245, 165. 55 is normal, 225, 155, and then it's 135, 95 for 60, and 115, 75 for for 65.
I like that. I like that a lot. It used to be like all the way to 60, right? And then 60, it was, they would scale it.
Yeah, it was like some years it's 50. It's always 55. Like 55 is the normal, like when the open. And so I'm hoping we see this more often, right? Like
it should be. The
concept 100%. Of a 54-year-old trying to do the same workout as, I don't know, like when Sam Briggs turned 35 was just insane, right? It's like, it's the same workout. It's like, it's probably not.
And they're 10-year increments too, up to the 60.
Yep. And they didn't do that for all of them. They did it for most though. And they change it a little bit for like a pure load. It's a little different sometimes. But anyways, all right. Next workout.
All right. Shout out to the Legends for doing that. Event 2, 4 rounds for time, 4 rope climbs to 15 feet, 6 sandbag cleans, 150 or 100 pounds, and a 40-foot handstand walk.
I like this workout.
Yeah, it looks cool right off the bat.
It's a good one. 16 rope climbs is a lot. Right, like it's a good dense number, and
enough to make a difference.
It is. It's enough to make a difference. In the 35s, it is the difference maker. I mean, I think it's the difference maker everywhere, unless you can't handstand walk, which becomes the challenge with the older age groups of just who can handstand walk. But
it rewards the ones that can handstand walk. But then of those who can handstand walk, I think the rope climbs. I agree with you. Do you think the sandbags do anything? I don't think it's enough.
Really. if you're good at rope climbs, no. If you do struggle, maybe you're strong. Like you will feel a massive grip component in this. Is basically you're holding onto a rope or a sandbag for 80%, 85% of the workout, maybe even longer. Because 40 feet, I think it's a one length 40, or it's 20 feet down and back. So I think you're going to be gripping for a long period of time in this piece. And so I think there's going to be a lot of grip component at the end, and who can hang on, who didn't blow up, who paced it well enough early that they're sustaining the rope climbs at the end. But for the 35s and for the 40s, the bag is nominal. Like it doesn't make a difference.
Y'all should program this one for a WODprep war.
Yeah, I think this looks like a WODprep war workout.
Yeah, because this one's interesting to bring up too. The difference in sandbags at the older divisions.
Yeah, here they went all the way, and so this is one of the equipment limitations that I'm talking about. They clearly only had 150s, 100s, and 50s because it doesn't make 100s and 50s doesn't make any sense, right?
Yeah.
Like it's insane. So they definitely had a sandbag limitation. As we talked about, they made good scaling. Here, 54 is still doing a 100-pound bag, and so it's a much different workout. But I think they dropped it to 3 rope climbs for 50 to 54. And then the 50-pound bag is kind of funny for pretty much everybody. Like even the 65 females.
Walking at those higher divisions too, right?
No, not for 60 and 65. Which
So,
So I mean, it'll be like be
I don't know.
on that.
I feel like they could have done it. And this
Yeah.
is the challenge. Like they could have finished with the handstand walk, right?
Yeah.
So like you do 3 rounds, and then it's like 60 feet of handstand walking, right? And then you create a separator there.
Yeah.
So, but they didn't.
guys, we're looking at
Sadly.
this. Who have you got for athletes? What age groups are you guys coaching?
Yep. So we have Kevin Schutz in 35 to 39. Coach Kevin.
Oh shit, Kevin's there.
Yeah,
Kevin's
Kevin's
there.
looking
Yeah.
forward to this one.
Wow,
yeah,
I didn't really even
Kevin's-
realize that. I know you
He's
guys
mad
said
the
that.
handstand walk didn't have obstacles.
Right. Yeah. Or
Top
be
3.
100 feet. He'll do very well in this workout. He's an excellent rope climber.
Yeah.
Workout 1 will be a little
Kevin.
damage control. Jen McKesh, 45 to 49. Rose Wall, 55 to 59. And then Lynn Watt, who's Orlando's athlete, 60 to 64.
So y'all got a lot of the age groups covered.
Yeah, we do. This will be the most that we've had. Most of the time, our athletes are anywhere from 55 to 65. And so I've coached one athlete in the 40s in 2021. It'll be fun to run around with Kevin in the 35 to 39s.
Yep.
And see some super fitness. Not that the other one isn't fitness, but those guys are. I mean, most of them are just as fit enough to be at the CrossFit Games. I mean, like they're wildly fit.
Slater, how are the lower backs gonna hold up? These old
Um,
fuckers, man. It could be a long weekend.
Yeah, I mean, two workouts in a row.
Yeah.
Right. I think 24.
I think they'll be fine. This isn't that low back intensive at all.
No, but he's saying from event 1, right? So it's a lot of pulling
There's
off
more
the
to
ground, which is
More to come.
pulling off the ground in a lot of workouts. So
It's 50 total deadlifts, man. That's not a ton.
right, it's not super heavy, and then it's also only 24 sandbag cleans, and it's pretty light for
Yeah.
most people.
I feel like it's important to note too, like the order of some of those higher age groups is different too, right? Like in terms of when they're going.
Yes,
Yes, I mean that
but
makes
it's still all in the same day though.
Yeah,
like all
sure,
3 workouts, like 1, 2, 3 is still on the same day. 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, because
I think that does make a difference, though.
Yeah.
What Nelson's saying, like if you don't do if the deadlift event is the last event for you, you probably feel better than the one with the first event.
So okay,
sure.
I'm gonna work out 3. Someone said so. The order that we're looking at it is not. That's not the order you guys are actually doing it. Doesn't it go like 3,
I have to
1,
double
2 or
check the
something?
schedule.
No, it's just the schedule. Every age group's
Yeah.
just a little bit different.
Oh,
Assume
okay.
it's
Can you
like
pull up the thing I
35 to
sent you?
39.
Just so they
It's
can get 'em
probably
all-
running 1, 2, 3.
Right,
though.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Kind of like
Okay,
Waterpalooza
alright, yeah, like you
is
said.
a little bit.
Yeah.
They got a lot of people on the go.
Yeah.
Okay, this event's a gong show. 3-minute workout, 25 overhead squats, 80-foot dumbbell walking lunge, and 25 more overhead squats. The
I'm not a
barbell's
big
75-55. This is a tough one.
I'm not a big fan of this one.
We can't be on board with this simply because of the judging.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
John,
it's
that's why
gonna
you're
be
saying you're not a fan.
it's gonna be spicy. Yeah, it's gonna be fast, and I mean it's gonna be super subjective.
Pick 2 movements that could be more subjective.
Yeah, and it's an overhead squat. Like I don't know, we could have done even a shoulder to overhead if you wanted it really that
Yeah.
sprinty, right? Or like a hang
yeah,
power clean, like a hang
I
power
was gonna-
clean.
I think
I
you
was
can
gonna
go
say hang
hang.
power snatch.
Yeah, I was thinking hang power snatch, and then for
But I
the
guess they
other
already
other
maybe because they
one
hinged.
squat
They're-
snatch.
Yeah, I guess they already hinged right in the first like the other two events of the day.
Oh,
with
with
the
Yeah.
Olympic
that
cleans.
light though, you're not really hinged. You're just staying upright and banging it off your thighs.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's saying that's why they. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah.
Our
Yeah, I guess they
older
want to
athletes
squat.
don't do
I
this
don't know.
one. Our older athletes, 55 and 60, don't do this workout, which is interesting.
I'm so with Travis, dude. Like if you want a sprint workout and then have squatting in it, especially overhead squatting in it, which is the hardest thing to hit depth on for the masters division, I would rather you
remember
go.
the debacle from Rogue, right? That sprint event with the overhead squats.
Yeah, I would rather you
years back.
go. I don't know, 95, 65, and then just make it front squats. I know they have a 1 rep max front squat, so that would have to be different, right?
Yeah.
But I think it would make a better workout if you had front squats. So much easier to hit depth on front squats. The same speed. They'll just make the weight slightly heavier. The time would be the same, and then you can keep the lunge.
Yeah, it's
That does change. It does. You can't do that because of the one rep max front squat, obviously. But I think that would make it a better. This judging, it's basically just what you get away with.
right, exactly.
Right.
And so I think we could have found a different pattern from a squat here, right? Even if it was, I don't know, something else. I agree. And then so to Vicky's comment, I don't understand the why on event 3, considering most masters have mobility issues. And so this is why I think overhead squatting is appropriate, but it's why they took it out at 55. While I don't think mobility should be tested, I think movement comprehensiveness or like movement comprehension in general should be tested, right? And so like they should be able to perform it. So I don't hate an overhead squat being in competition.
What
I don't like
for
it.
the max, because then you have to go slow.
Yeah.
The judging can be
my
as
favorite max
critical.
test.
The judging can be as critical. You know what I mean? You can be very critical with your judging. You get 3 attempts.
Yep.
And so you have a 1 rep max overhead squat instead, put front squats on this. And then that rewards the people with good mobility, because if at the masters category, if you have good mobility, you're probably squatting more. It doesn't matter about strength near as much.
Right. And so people are asking like, why so light? This is where I think there's also another. It's a sprint, but this is where I also think there might be another equipment limitation. The deadlift workout is going on at the exact same time. And so
we're out of plates.
Oh,
We're out of
plates.
plates.
Wow.
I think so. If you look at we're going to get to the snatch speed ladder, and they have to change their weights in the middle of it. And I think there's a plate limitation based on total amount of equipment that's there, because they're running 20 lane heats.
Oh, wow.
So there's 20 people on each floor at all times, 3 floors going at one time. So that's 60 lanes that they have to facilitate at once all the time. And so I think this is another one of those that there's no reason why 35s to 30 for 45 couldn't have been 95 pounds. And I think that could potentially have solved this a little bit. But it's weird that there's no weight adjustment the entire way of the workout. It's 75, 55 for everybody.
That's what you're talking about too, like introducing a dumbbell or something.
Sure. Yeah. Like even a dumbbell shouldered overhead, I think would have done well here, like heavy.
And
But
like a dumbbell overhead walking lunge.
yeah. Anyways,
All right.
Pull
A limitation on dumbbells too.
Pull up my dad's comment real quick.
which one? The bottom one?
This one, Larry Young saying that he changes his max from a 405 to 270-ish.
That's the
Talking about
point.
going front squat to overhead
To
squat.
overhead
You got to
squat
work on
max.
your mobility, Larry.
That's the point. It rewards people with good
Right.
mobility, and
Exactly.
the strong guys, even though they're gonna be, their max is not like what it could be, it's still gonna be heavier than most.
Right.
I think that's relative to the field. The field would all probably drop a good chunk.
and he's 50 to 54. I imagine
Damn, Larry's a
275
beast, man.
still
That's
wins
still
that-
very good.
wins-
Yeah.
wins
It's
that.
close. Yeah. There's
Oh,
always a
shit.
big outlier. Yeah. It's
Alrighty.
it's good. All right, on the next. Work on
Snatch speed ladder, event 4. 4 at 135.95, 3 at 165.115, 2 at 195, 135, and 1 at 225, 155. You got to change your own weights.
After there's 2
Second
bars.
bar, yeah. Or
So there's 2 bars. So you have to change your weight twice, which really stinks. And again, I just feel like there might be an equipment limitation, because if you think about how many for 35 to 39, how many 100s have to be on the floor, or how many 45-pound plates have to be on the floor. It's 200 for
Holy shit.
like there's 10. That's crazy. Just for this event alone. Right. And there's this is the next day. So anyway, so I think there's a play there, right? Of like, hey, it would be cool, but now you cut it in half. It only needs to be 100. So, anyways, it's going to be really fast. We don't know if it's squat or power. Snatch speed ladders are great. I think it's to change your own weight. You've messed up the stimulus of the workout now. It's who's the most efficient at moving the bar, because it's too light for everyone to even take a second to pause, right? And so I think they had a good workout. Maybe it was a little too fast, right? There really isn't any separation at all, which I think is what they want. It'll be a good race. But with the weight change that we've heard, it is now who is most efficient at changing the plates, and I don't like that.
Yeah.
I think it has to be. Well, I think it has to be squat.
You think?
Right. I think with how light that is, squatting would only be the only thing that makes sense. Otherwise, especially for the 35 to 39, like this is for the 35 to 39.
Like a 30-second workout.
Yeah.
Like it's all touch and go the entire time. Like easily for over half of the field.
Isn't Bronislav is here? Like he does it with one arm.
Bronislav will do 2 bars at the same time with that weight. But so like even if you have to change your own weights, if you squat like 3 touch and go at 165 squat snatch, I mean, I'd still like that's Bron will do it very easy the whole time, but that's still challenging. 2 touch and go at 195, and that's what you'd have to do to win the event. Honestly, maybe get it under 2 minutes if you're changing your own plates. Like I think that's the only thing that makes sense. If it's power, this event is dumb.
Yeah.
Did you see who's in the 35 to 39? Ruan. That's Ruan from the games, right? Ruan Duval.
No, I thought he was.
No, it's Poulter
his Potkreiter.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I don't think anyone that made the games did the Masters. Oh, besides Will.
Did Will make the games though?
Oh no, he made semis. That's right.
There, though.
Will is his name is there. He didn't pull out, but I don't know if he's still injured or not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Event 5. 4 time, 75 wall balls, 40 shouldered overhead. You're using barbell, 115 pounds, 80 pounds, 30 step overs with dumbbells, 40 dumbbell snatch, 75 wall ball.
This is a grind.
I think this is a solid chipper.
It's good. It's another squat pattern, right? The dumbbell snatches pull. I feel like if I'm being really nitpicky, they could have went shoulder to overhead for both 40s, and I think it would have been fine. And the rep scheme is a little funky, but overall, this is a grunt workout. Like who is just going to hurt the most and stay on the bar or on the wall ball at the end? It's a good one. I like it, and it's longer.
Bit of a grinder.
It's
really
ugly. A fitnessy workout.
Ugly.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Step overs,
bent up about how pretty the programming is. I mean, it does. You're right, but I don't get that bent up about that. No. Taylor gets very bent up about if it looks pretty or not. But as far as a workout goes, I think it's solid. This is a workout, Travis. I think you would crush everyone.
Yeah. Man, I'm not in good shape.
It's definitely another capacity biased workout. There's no limiters here. I think the only workout that we've got to that maybe might have a little bit of a limiter is the volume of rope climbs for some muscular endurance. But other than that, it's pretty. Yeah, I mean, I don't consider that for the lower age groups.
Yeah.
So
Julian, CrossFit saved. Sorry, Nelson. CrossFit saved all the squatting for the Masters games.
That's right.
That's the kind of optimism we're taking into the latter half of 24.
Let's go, baby.
That's a good way to look at that.
I like
Julian. It. Okay, let me move on to the next
asking a
event.
good question. Females are doing a 10-foot target?
No, it's the 9.
Okay.
Yep.
Event 6. Now, I have seen this one, and I do really like it. Round 1, guys.
This is my favorite event.
Three rounder, yeah. 4 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest. Then we do 3 minutes of work, 1 rest, and finally 2 minutes of work. For completion, 105, 80 cals on the Echo bike. And every round, you've got to do 75 double unders.
John, I want you to do this workout. Can you do this workout live?
John,
sure.
Are you a one-rounder guy, John? You're going for it, and if you don't get it, you're
there's
just
no way.
done,
No,
right?
there's no way.
100%. I'm gonna try to do this in one round.
Okay, 75 double unders,
I think,
45 seconds.
It's 1 minute, right? This
A
75
minute.
3
dubs and
minutes.
20
You're
chest
3
to bar
minutes
is
on the
about
bike.
1 minute. If you can do 100 cows in 3 minutes, I think that's why they put 105 on there, just to make it
That's a good point.
just a little bit more.
It's
No,
it's
I think I would
spicy.
do this two rounds very like comfortably. But there's going to be some monsters that can do this in 1 round. And
I don't think anyone gets it in 1 round. It's
oh,
wild.
Bronislav will do it in 1 round.
No,
Ooh,
I
I don't know.
don't
That's
know.
exciting.
You want to put? I'll put a bet. Oh, John, I owe you money from the games bet, but I'll bet no one does this in 1 round.
I'll bet you on that.
All right, what are we betting? What's the bet? 20?
How
Double
much
down?
you owe me?
20.
Yeah. Let's just do double or nothing.
Double or
I
nothing.
just
I love
think,
it.
Travis, you don't think somebody could do this in 3 minutes?
No.
105 cows in 3
Their
minutes?
heart rate's already high. Like if they're fresh, maybe, but their heart rate is high.
75 dubs ain't making their heart high. 20
It is,
chest to
though.
bar a little bit.
Just by definition, it is. It a little bit. Like if you're not starting at nothing, there's a little bit of fatigue, and because of that, I don't think it's possible.
I think there's going to be like a fair amount of people finishing it like pretty quickly in round 2 for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, round 1 might be a bit of a stretch. I would love to see somebody try. That would
You got to be a
sick,
monster.
For
You
sure.
got to be a
You gotta be
monster.
a freak. I don't think it's doable though.
Women, I don't put it past the wit. I think women could do it too.
It's an echo bike. I just can't think they can. They can't ramp it as high.
too
They're
hard.
just not going to get the
Yeah.
RPMs up fast enough
Yeah.
to get there. I think the only chance that people have is a large male in 35 or 40.
What's
Sam
the highest
Dancer,
number we think we get in round 1?
105.
I'm gonna say 92. I'm gonna
I
say
think
92.
high 80s.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the 80s. I mean, nine hitting 30 a minute for 3
I
straight
think-
minutes is tough.
That's you're looking at it all wrong, man. It's 20 in the first minute, 50 in the second minute, and then just see what you got after that.
75. in the-
It's a warm up.
Yeah, I mean-
That's what I
Gosh.
think. I just get on the bike and just like crank it for 40 and then just like coast and recover. And
Yeah,
kinda
Yeah.
get some, you
I
know.
gotta say, after like doing that math like that, it doesn't feel as possible. But
I want you to
Imagine
I
you
want you
get
to do
like
this workout.
100 and then you go to do the double unders and you can't. And
That's
like,
also
you
true.
get that minute of
entire-
rest. You get that minute of
This-
rest.
I mean,
This is a
minutes
good
of rest
point
is
from
enough.
Mark. This is a good point from Mark. The bike dubs and pull bar are all spread out, so that
Yeah.
we always
Yeah,
forget the
true.
transition.
No,
There is
That's
transitions.
possible.
And now that I think about it, like how you get 60 cows in a minute. Like I'm basing this off of what I could do in 1 minute, and then you stretch it out to 3. The dubs and the chest to bar take that away.
I mean, you can try.
Isn't
Right.
that what I just fucking said?
Yeah.
No.
Don't get us wrong.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing
Oh.
with you. I'm
Okay.
like as I'm talking myself into agreeing with you.
The great 300 debacle. of
Yeah. So if you could
quarterfinals.
calm the freak down, CJ.
Flip that shit. Flip that shit when John says.
Yeah.
someone's doing
No,
it.
I agree with you. The bet's off.
Hey, but
talked
let it
me
be known
into it.
we are encouraging people to try.
Yes,
It
It would be
100%.
sick if somebody did it.
If you get it done, we'll give you, or at least if you genuinely try, we'll give you a feature on this podcast, which
I
is
want
100%.
Absolutely.
I want Brandon Luckett to try that workout
the bike man.
because
The
I
bike
know
man.
he can do 30 cows in a minute, like all day, every day.
Like on repeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is crazy. That's such a wild thing.
Alrighty, event
It's-
7. It's the standard.
I
30
love
clean
it.
and
Yeah, it's
jerks.
awesome.
It's my
30 rear
favorite.
muscle up, 30 snatch.
You
Why
were
are you so
so
sad?
unanimated about that.
This is the best fucking workout
No, I
ever
like
in
it.
CrossFit.
I like it.
This is the best
This is-
CrossFit workout ever written, in my opinion.
I
100%.
disagree. I think first cut's the best workout ever.
First cut is the
Yeah.
most like broad testing workout, like in one test. I think this is
This isn't super aerobic though. This is just strength and
not.
gymnastics.
correct, which is why it fits well. It is
I'm
pulling
not
off the
saying it
ground.
doesn't fit well, but as far
No,
as the best CrossFit workout
No,
ever,
listen.
it's
I'm
gotta
gonna
be a little
explain.
aerobic.
I'm gonna explain. It's still aerobic.
Triple G chipper. That's mine.
That's a good one. It's probably too. So let's. This is what this is.
Let's derail the
Shut up.
conversation.
All right. I think we have 3 workouts that really showcase what CrossFit is. Okay. First cut isn't in one of those 3, but the first cut is the best test that's ever been written. But the 3 workouts that showcase CrossFit are Fran, Murph, and this. And it kind of encompasses our spirit, kind of like our grit and what we're capable of doing. And this is what we're capable of doing and how far that goes. And so that's how I look at it. And I think it fits in with like Fran, with just the pure spirit of CrossFit. I think that's the most classic CrossFit that there ever is. And then I think Murph is like our testament of we are going to do hard shit and do it really fucking well all the time. And then here's what we're purely capable of from a mixed modal perspective. That's my opinion. So
CJ,
I love it.
Makes
So
me wanna
what
run through
about
all
that?
of that speech?
What about that makes this the best CrossFit workout of all time, as you just said?
You you triggered John by saying that. You can't just throw that title around, man.
It's okay. So
You
because
named
it fits
3
where it is-
workouts and put that in the 3, and then you didn't say that this is why this is the greatest workout of all time.
I think it's the most encompassing there is, but not as a testing. So I think the first cut is the best test that we've ever seen at the CrossFit Games to separate the best from the worst.
Okay.
Right. But this is, I'll take it back a little bit. It's my favorite workout ever.
There you go.
My favorite
There you
workout
go.
ever.
That's all we asked.
That's all I needed. Yeah. I like it a lot too. I think it might be one of the best workouts of all time.
Is
All
it better than Amanda 45?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Easily.
Okay. Yeah.
What do you think the best CrossFit workout of all time is, Travis?
Like a mile run or
I don't know.
something, right?
Fucking the sledgehammer event we never got.
Oh,
exactly.
yeah.
Fuck that.
Specifically, Trista doing it.
Oh my
Let's hear
goodness.
it.
Oh my
I think
god,
the
man.
separator
I don't
is
know.
a really good one too.
Hey, strongman's fear.
That's your favorite, or you
is
think
that
that's
the
the best CrossFit
cheese
workout
curd
of all time?
one?
No,
No.
Strongman's
That's
Fear
the
is
yoke. The yoke.
Yeah.
Okay.
the
Yeah.
I forgot what they call them, but the farmer's carry and then the sled push with the handstand walking.
What do you think?
Yep.
Lando is the most insightful one here, hence he doesn't talk ever.
Yeah.
But his brain is always working way better than ours is. So Lando will have a good input. 5 rounds.
Fibonacci is one of them.
Oh, that's a good one.
I see it's not an aerobic either, though, guys. Like, you're not, as a CrossFit test, I think it has to be aerobic at some point. And I mean, yours is most aerobic out of the 3 that you guys have just said, but even that one's not that aerobic. It's more ability, right?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like at that level though, like it's not necessarily testing just like your ability to be aerobic. It's like, can you perform a skill like that's just given to you, right?
I know,
Like,
but
so
we're
Johnny,
talking about the best CrossFit workout of all time. I think
But,
it
like,
has to be aerobic.
in terms of
Johnny-
I think you said what was your question was what's your favorite CrossFit workout, wasn't it?
No, I said best. What's the best CrossFit workout of all time?
but like
not
the
your
best
favorite.
CrossFit
Hey, well,
workout or the best like
best is
CrossFit
subjective,
Games
man.
workout.
Best is subjective.
What
Right, 'cause
about
I feel like
Nasty
there's a
Nancy,
That's
John?
fair.
You
I love
Nancy
Nasty
is
Nancy.
is up on there for me.
Yeah.
I love Nasty Nancy. That's almost too aerobic, but
What are the older age groups doing for the standard? Are they-
Nothing.
what
They-
are
they- 55
they
isn't-
don't do it.
55 plus don't do it.
Which, like,
And then they
sucks,
go
kind
to
of.
40 and 45 do 25, 25, 25, I think. Or 25 across.
I feel like
45
that's
and
not that much easier.
Nah.
no, so
Yeah.
45 to
That's what we were trying to
54 do 25, 25, 25. Those last 5
Ooh,
muscle
yeah.
ups though, it really is only on the muscle ups, and it makes a little bit of a difference. But I think to elicit a similar 50 to 54 should probably have done 20, 20, 20. I don't think they should have done 25. But
20,
we don't have
20, or even just cut the muscle ups in half or something and leave the
right like
barbell.
30,
Ooh,
20,
I like that.
30.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez, that's a lot for them.
It is a
Poor
lot.
souls.
And there's no weight change, obviously, because it's a named workout. So
Right.
I'm down to
Okay.
do that workout for WODprep Wars if you want to, CJ.
I can't do muscle
Johnny,
ups.
can't be just cherry picking out.
Yeah.
I'll take
sorry.
you on, John.
Event
No,
I
8.
like that one.
You like that one? All right,
Yeah.
let's go.
All right. I'd like to see it. 8 rounds for time, guys. Event 8. 8 bar facing burpees, 8 toes to bar, 1 clean at 255. We don't have to change the weight from the deadlift. They like the 255.
Right. They
Is
just wanna
that
roll
the
that.
reasoning?
I don't know, but
Dude,
it's the
that'd be
same.
For
It's
resources.
the same weight for all the age groups of whatever their deadlift is doing.
Yeah.
Which again makes me think that there's a limitation somewhere in some capacity of like this is a very specific load, but then they can do a front squat, right, as heavy as they have it. So I don't know, who knows? But the front squat's going on at the same time as this, which there might be a weight
Yeah.
limitation. But anyways, we don't know if this is squat or not. This is capacity pulling from the ground again. The gymnastics says it's just who can cycle through it the fastest. I mean, it's very much like the
Hollywood
Dickey's
almost.
triplet,
Yeah, that
same
too,
exact feel as Dickey's triplet. So
Yeah.
it's not a bad workout. I think it's there, but I think it's again a very similar design as a lot of our other stuff.
I think it's a little bit more aggressive than that, though. I mean, be done a lot faster.
It will be done a lot faster.
I think the difference between squat and power will make a huge difference, though. Like if you have to squat it versus if you're allowed to power it.
I think people can make a difference on that if that is the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's some will have to squat it. Like even
if it's required to squat. I'm saying.
Right. Yeah, if it's required to squat.
I think
but
that lowered. I mean,
the older age groups will have to squat.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of transition time and like the ability to just grab and go without thinking, and then versus
hit the
having
ground.
to square up. Like that's 5 seconds every single time. The approach,
that makes
the actual squat,
harder.
the lean. Right, especially if you have to set up and it's kind of a heavy clean for you.
Yep.
I think this is just one in transitions. Like Dickie's triplet was one on the run, but like being disciplined almost, I think is what's going to win this workout.
Methodical, sure. I agree.
Yeah, it's that's kind of the usual when you get these workouts with a lot of rounds, right? 8 rounds.
Yeah.
You got a lot of transitions.
Where do we think that
what do you think?
separator round is?
I don't think there
Say
is
that
one.
again.
It's just gonna be like your general
What'd you say?
pace, right?
Like where do we think that separator round is where someone can like pull away?
Oh,
round 5.
yeah. I mean,
No,
I don't know. I think it's
over
just
the
your
halfway
pace.
mark,
I think
if they're going to do it. But
I just think it's going to be just somebody has a little bit faster pace, and it's just going to be like
it's going to tick away. Yeah, chip away for sure.
I don't think there's going to be a round where it's like a difference.
Leslie Young is Travis in a dungeon.
Yeah, I was going to say your lighting looks intense.
It's getting dimmer and dimmer. By
Getting
the
dark in here, guys. I gotta go to bed soon. All right, what's the fastest time on this workout? 40. What do you think? 45 seconds around, Johnny? 15, 20 seconds for the burpees. You know, by the time you get to the toes to bar, you do 20 seconds.
15 seconds. You're doing 30 burpees a minute. Bar facing, right?
I would say 20 seconds, but
20 seconds.
10 seconds for the toes to bar, 30 seconds, and then
Okay, we might actually be butting up against the cap then.
let's just say 10 seconds for the clean, including transition. So that'd be 40. 40 times 8.
Yeah.
And I don't
How'd you
think
get 40?
20.
Isn't
That's
that 50?
520.
20 seconds. 20
20,
seconds of burpees.
20, 10, 10.
So
Are you doing 10
40
toes-
is
8 toes to
5
bar in
minutes
10
and 20 seconds.
Well, I'm giving
no,
the
it's
clean
not.
10
Yes, it is.
seconds too to like cover up any like transition time.
Okay, so
like,
maybe like 6 something.
I think 6. I
6
think
minutes,
right at
6
6 is the fastest possible. You're going to slow down a little bit. The burpee is going to slow down some. I mean, it is 64.
I'm curious
right?
the distance too between bar and
right.
rig.
I mean, I assume it's going to be
I'm
like
gonna
in
say
that first lane.
6:30.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll go
Me likey.
6:29.
Me likey.
1 rep max. Front squat, you have 5 minutes.
Let's
Maybe take,
let's go
3
WODprep war
cracks.
on this one, Kevin. Huh? See who wins
John,
that.
quit cherry picking, man.
Right. Hey, if we choose your dad to
He can't
is
be
he
in this.
is he gonna outlift you?
He'd be
No.
close.
Not in front squat.
Is he close?
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Holy shit.
Larry's a freak.
How old
I
is
think
Larry? 52?
He's 52.
Larry, let me coach you. I'll get you to the CrossFit Games.
He needs
Let's
about
do
Sick.
he needs about
Hey, we should
50
do a new
pounds.
se-
50 pounds he needs to lose, and then he'll be a force to be reckoned with.
We should do a series, the Larry Young Road to the Games, and then just do weekly check-ins. With
We
you
can't.
coaching him.
Dude is very capable, like as far as like athleticism and stuff like that. Can just pick stuff up and do it, but it's just cardio. And he's like losing weight in cardio.
See, it's a young family curse.
What, you saying I'm fat?
Is Leslie your
that's an
mom
issue.
in the chat? John?
That's my wife.
Wife. Okay. Is your mom ever in the chat?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
That's Shelly.
Not this one.
Shelly.
She doesn't care for this one. But
She was
Damn.
in for
I'm
it.
just kidding. I'm just
Shit.
kidding. I just
Come on.
wanted
We
to
pay
see your
you.
reaction.
You actually get paid on this one. This is
I
bullshit.
just wanted to see your reaction. I'm joking. To you. Don't be a strong woman. Come on now.
No,
I didn't yell.
It's a new line. All right, we
Don't be-
glossed over the front rep.
I like
the
that.
one rep.
I like that line, by the
Yeah,
way.
who we
Don't be
think in
strong.
the lower divisions was? I mean, are we giving it to like Bronislaw already?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'd love to be able
Elijah
to get to a
Muhammad's
point.
here.
Is he competing?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, I mean, I'd love to be able to get to a point where we can actually do some like analysis stuff, but we're just not. I don't think we have the broad bit of knowledge to make an assessment like that. Maybe
what?
one day. like to be able to like guess who's going to win workouts and things like that. I just don't know. I know you guys don't. I think we can get there eventually. We're not prepared for that. There's just so many athletes in all our divisions.
If I know the people, I can just.
I have a dark horse pick for 35 to 39. I think I might know the winner, and it's not a game. Well, it's a Canadian, I guess is what I'm getting at.
Of course, it fucking is.
It's a Canadian.
I think you meant to say Colorado, Ian, and it's Kevin. Kevin's fucking dominating this.
I don't know how good Kevin is.
I will tell you because he's in the chat. They live like 40 minutes from me. We will put that on WODprep. Me versus my dad on front squat. If you want.
Let's go. I'm ready.
Nice.
I'm super down. We'll go in the young garage.
Yeah, Dex is here too. I feel like he'll do well.
I like Nick Anapolsky. He's a Canadian. He's always right up there at the top of the open. He's really wicked at open style workouts, like a lot of this stuff, but he's relatively to those top dogs, he's super weak. I've seen him on the leaderboard before.
And the 70's not going to do nothing to him?
He's not that weak, I don't think, but you know what I mean? He's not like a...
Are we talking about this workout now?
Yeah.
Oh,
no, I was just talking. I was just talking about overall. Anywho, okay, we got the finale, the grand finale.
I got Will Morad on this one.
But he's he might not even be there, man. He's hurt.
I mean, it's
single
a good
arm
one.
dumbbell thruster, bar muscle up, 8, 12, 16 dumbbells.
I love Legends loves ascending ladders, so we'll always see them. That's like their thing. I love the volume, right? 36 bar muscle ups under a pretty decent amount of fatigue. The single arm dumbbell thruster to me is kind of a meh movement. I feel like, I don't know, like a devil's press here might have been even better. I know we did a lot of hinging.
Way different workout. Then.
It is a way different workout, but like you could have done like half the reps. Like you could have done like four or five, 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
Or what is it? 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of the squatting.
Yeah. Well, there's just single arm dumbbell thruster, like another judging nightmare, right? Like you lean and you're kind of cockeyed and it's awkward. It depends on what side you're looking at. Sometimes, especially with the heavier dumbbell, I don't know.
With the heavier one, like they'll be able to establish like at the top, like I don't think too many guys.
No, it's not at the top of the depth, like because it's so, like you just get this kind of like this sort of
like
an
body, overhead squat a little
body,
bit.
Like this body lean in the bottom, especially if you're trying to cook through it, and so there could be maybe a little bit too much subjective. But again, I think this is also another testament to equipment limitation.
Yep.
Personally, so.
Which I feel like honestly, like the single arm makes it a little bit more fun because it makes the bar muscle ups a little bit faster, a little bit more tighter. Because like they'll rip through like at least like the 8 and the 12 on the.
Oh yeah, they'll be unbroken. I mean, almost everyone's going to be unbroken.
Yeah.
They adjusted the weight really well. They went.
Well,
oh no, they didn't.
Would you
They went
switch your
35-50. I probably
would.
wouldn't.
Switch your arms at any point, or just rock with your good one?
I think I go 8 on the right, 12 on the left, 16 on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go with my strong arm first and third set. And if I have like a really wonky front rack, like maybe on one side, if I'm really uncomfortable, then I run it straight through the whole time on one arm.
This would be
does muscle up spicy.
Larry Young, $1.99. He has to find his good knee sleeves. Thank you, Larry.
This would be I think this would be a way better workout with strict handstand push-ups.
I'm assuming they probably wanted that. That would be my guess because that looks just the way that it's written. 8 single arm dumbbell thrusters is such a random number, but 8, 12, 16 bar muscle ups isn't. And so I'm guessing that was the goal when it was originally written. And then I'm thinking
like
it would be savage, hard workout. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be, and that would cover, I mean, that would completely, I think, complete the gymnastics totality needed for the whole event.
Are we saying in place of the thruster?
Yeah,
or with the thruster?
in place of thruster.
In place, yeah.
Who programs this?
I mean, it sounds like, I'm pretty sure Legends programmed this without much input at all from CrossFit is what it sounds like.
No, they didn't have any input. Honestly, I think they hit the weights a little too hard. Like 6 out of the 10 workouts have a barbell in it.
Yep.
But as far as being strapped, the way they were strapped, I mean, I think it's better than the individual games. So like, I sign off on it.
Yeah, kind of. You can definitely tell, like, whatever, they're limited in equipment, right? And it's not like the games that we get all this kind of cool stuff and outdoor and whatnot, blah blah blah.
Right.
So you can
Also,
definitely
it's
tell that.
1,000
But-
fucking degrees here. It was really
Yeah.
cool in the south for the
Right.
last 5 days. Like temperament could have worked out outside and it would have been fine. And today it was like absolutely fucking not. And it is hot as shit in Birmingham.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely
hotter
options,
than
too.
hotter
you're
than
saying-
Texas. What?
It's about the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
No, it's hotter.
Sarah Cooper. John Young says too much barbell. Are you sick? Yeah, I don't think he's feeling well after Mitch Hooper fucked him up earlier today on YouTube.
Jeez.
Something's not
Did
right.
you watch that? Did you watch the video, John?
Yeah.
Jo-
I feel like I had to.
I couldn't make it through the whole thing. It made me
Just to
sick.
be just to defend you even more. Mitch Hooper is on a fucking CrossFit
Yeah, he's
like
going in.
assassination mission. Like fuck him. He's just
I did not
talk-
know that.
He's released. Yeah, he has the biggest video on like overall on Lazar's death. There's like over
Oh.
1 million views on it.
See, I
Holy.
just kind of stayed away from all that stuff. There were so
Yeah.
many people trying to do so many things with that I was, and I feel like 70% of them aren't genuine at all. So I just kind of,
Yeah, 100%.
I just kind of didn't watch any of it. And then,
I agree. Good
So
on
it
you.
says it's only 33 guys. I'm in Celsius. 33 degrees Celsius right now in Birmingham. It was 42
Well, it's
in
dark
Texas.
outside. It's not light outside. It's sun's down.
Oh, is that how that works?
It's nighttime.
Travis,
You
like
would
getting
think
mad
I
that you're
know.
lying about the weather. He's like,
Well, hold on. Aren't you
according
in
to
the
my
southern?
calculations, the sun
Aren't you
is
in the southern hemisphere?
I mean, the sun is up, but it's not up. I mean, it's down.
All
like
right,
it's,
listen,
it's
14
low
days.
sunset
35. I'm getting 36 tomorrow. Okay, quit complaining, man. I toughed it out in 42.
today.
Okay.
no,
No,
in Fort Worth.
when in Fort Worth.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Birmingham has humidity. Okay.
Dude, he was
All right,
hurt.
we'll give him a passing grade. we
Travis
like the
was hurting.
programming. Yeah, I was in a bad place. I didn't tough it out. I lied. I was a big pussy.
Um,
Program is
Perfect.
good, guys. You three are down there coaching. We look forward to hearing about
yep.
your
We'll
escapades, how things
we'll
go. Maybe
we'll
hop
go
on.
live every night. If you guys pop on, great. If not, no big deal. But we'll just do a little daily recap of what we see during the day, and hopefully get some video and maybe even chat with some athletes.
Yeah.
Obviously our own athletes and stuff. And so, yeah, we want to try and give the love to the masters, and try to, just showcase them as best that we can. Talk about it each day. We'll talk about the leaderboard and what we see and how the workouts are playing out. They do run outside for the 600. They
Yeah.
kind of go out and in.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, it's going to be good. I'm excited.
Are
10
we
events.
going
This
to
is
do a podcast every night after the event?
yeah, we will. If you guys have the time to get on, it's great. If not, no big deal.
I'm-
But we'll figure that out on our
I'm
end.
working Friday, Sunday.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
I
we'll
got
should
figure
be
that out.
good
guys.
at night, Friday,
be
Saturday,
cool.
Sunday. I think
Cool.
I'll be good at night. Thursday, Mizzou plays.
31
So
seed.
I mean, I would like to watch the Mizzou, but Friday, Saturday,
are they
Sunday. I'm
Oh,
are they
yeah.
streaming this, guys? Can we watch this live
Yes,
from home?
Legends,
Yeah.
Legends YouTube. All 3 floors will have a stream, is what I've heard. That's
What's
where
it
we're at.
called?
Is it a
And just
Fixed
Legends.
camera?
I think Legends
Legends
Championship
Championship.
has a YouTube channel. And then Tommy, Sean, Chase are announcing.
Oh, Chase is there too.
Chase.
Oh, okay, cool. Wow.
That's what it said. I didn't know, and then it said his name at some point somewhere. Oh yeah, Mizzou plays. So Miami plays Florida. Talk about some football here. Super
Are
excited.
you a Miami fan?
I'm a Cane through and through since I was little.
You don't live down there though.
I live in
thought-
Florida.
You're northern Florida.
Yeah, but I was in Orlando, and one of my best friends was a Cane. I was a Gator growing up, and then he was a Cane, and he kind of like bullied me into being a Cane, and then I just became one. Right?
Gotcha.
I got
Did you-
bullied a lot when I was little.
Did you? How old were you in 2001?
That was basically when I started following football. I watched the game clearly, but I don't remember much of it. But that was pretty much when it happened. Who said "Let's go Canes"? Vicky. That's what I'm fucking talking
Hey,
about.
JY Barbell athlete.
Let's go. Me and her
Who
are
is it?
friends. I support her.
Maryland plays UConn for those who care.
What?
I said Maryland plays UConn for those who care.
Are they like in the SWAC?
No, they're in the Big Ten. Oh, UConn?
Maryland.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Maryland.
Maryland's in the
I
Big
know, I'm
Ten.
just kidding.
Come on
Yeah.
now. Roll Terps. Go Terps.
Roll. Is that what you say? Roll Terps?
I think we say, well, it's Fear the Turtle. That's
Oh,
what we say.
That's
Oh,
way
I like
fucking
that
better.
so much better.
That's so
Fear
much
the
better.
turtle.
Yeah, Fear the Turtle.
That's
Hey,
so much
Stephon
better.
Diggs went to Maryland.
Yes, he did. I actually worked with him. did a strength and conditioning internship in undergrad. And
That was
worked
sick.
with him. Yeah.
At Maryland.
Mhm.
That's cool. Were you like did you work with football too? I assume
I
you did.
worked with like the skill positions.
Nice.
So him and
Awesome.
DJ
Travis,
Moore.
are you okay, man? You're fading.
Yeah, why?
Oh,
Yeah, what's
the
happening
computer
over there?
went away. Yeah, you look
Oh,
like.
Oh, was my screen all black?
Yeah.
Or my video?
I'm
Yeah.
telling
Because
you,
I'm on the.
every 5 minutes
yeah,
it just gets
sorry.
darker and
All
darker.
right. How much? What?
I was in a different tab. I was on the
What
leaderboard.
time are we at?
I had
long
to
we
give
been
a
on?
special shout out
Not quite an
to
hour.
my girl Patty McGill, guys.
Got some
Patricia
Terps in the
McGill
chat.
in the
Let's
65 plus.
go.
Patty's
She's
gonna
gonna win.
crush. She just aged up. Patty has
I think she's winning
these
everything, man.
workouts. She has an amazing chance to win. An amazing chance to win. How many bar muscle ups does she have? 4. That'll be her toughest
She's
thing.
got
I
it.
coached
She's
Patty.
got it.
I coached Patty for a year when she took second in 2022. And she's an amazing athlete. She's a fierce competitor. And the workouts line up capacity, right? Not too much skill,
Oh, she's a beast.
capacity. Patty's
She's a beast.
very, very fit 60-plus-year-old. She's world champion rower, in case anyone doesn't know, if you don't know who Patty is. Let's see. Oh, yeah,
Those
Jamie's
guys are there, they're
competing.
down there, Johnny. Yeah.
Yes,
Jamie
we're here. We're in
Latimer?
Birmingham.
We are here.
Jamie was
Jamie
a
Latimer.
WODprep athlete for a little while, way back in the day, during COVID times. She's gonna do very well.
Dude, I think she'll
Yeah.
be really good. Yeah, like
She will. I think she said the barbell, the snatch is too heavy. I think she can't do the last barbell.
That's one
I feel
event.
like one event, but I think other than that, this is 10 events too. I think I also want to make this clear this is the most events we've ever seen at a masters competition by a lot. So I think there's going to be some, even though a lot of them are short, they're intense and there's a lot of squatting. So, I mean, whoever tolerates fatigue the best is going to have a big advantage over the weekend, right? So
Yeah.
this is where volume, these last few weeks or even a month, this is where volume and preparation does play a big role. I don't think it plays a role in most of training. I don't think it's necessary, but leading into something like this, I think the beatdown, if you took out Chad, the beatdown from this is way worse and way more than the individual games. So it's gonna be who can hang on. You know, a
It's
little
gonna be
bit of
bloody
old school.
war.
Yeah, a little bit
Bloody
of old
war
school.
down in Birmingham. Here's the real question. There's 3 of you in there. Who's sharing the bed? Are you guys got 2 queens?
I'm Little Spoon. I don't care who it is. So it's all that matters.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, we do
Oh,
have 2
no.
queens. We might get an air match. We got a room for an air mattress. We might sling one up.
We're doing workouts each day to determine who sleeps with who.
That's right.
Oh goodness.
Um,
Oh goodness.
if I sent you a photo, could you pull it up, CJ?
Yeah, I can.
yeah.
I'll pull it up here. Did you
Um,
put it in the group, Johnny?
Yeah.
oh yeah, he'll be able to pull it up. I'm on my phone. I'll have my computer.
Why don't I see it on my phone?
It's in
I didn't- you
WhatsApp.
Oh, okay.
Or did
sorry,
you?
just
Yeah.
going through it now.
After we do this,
Who
I
the
have one
fuck-
question, and then we'll wrap it up. A question for everybody. We asked it in the car, and it's kind of a dense question, but I want everyone's like 2-minute spiel on it. What are we looking
This
at here? I know who we're looking at.
This
What's
is
happening
my
here?
that's
Here.
my mother.
Oh, what a
Oh.
traitor!
I know, and
Fucking
that's why she's not in the chat.
No way.
Wow,
Oh my
Shelly.
Dude,
My
full
mom
Goodness.
just disowned me for the strongest man in the world.
Unacceptable.
Yep.
That's funny.
Larry might have to stand up and defend your honor, man.
He's just as big as Mitchell, so he's got
I
a
think Larry
fair
can take him.
shot.
I think Larry can take him.
I think so.
Wow, that's
I agree.
crazy, guys.
I can't believe this is happening.
Yeah.
Mitch goes
So
in
if
on.
y'all see Shelly Young in the comments, y'all remind her about this. Travis, don't show our whole conversation. Good grief.
Yeah, that was
Get
bad.
rid of all my
Holy
messages.
smokes!
There's
Screenshot
nothing
it.
exciting in there.
All right, last question. It's kind of a dense one, so bear with me. We asked this in the car. In case you guys don't know, Nelson. Well, I think Orlando asked this question, but in general, when we hang out, there's a lot of deep talk, right? And so the question was, like, where do we see the future of CrossFit? And I know that's a very loaded question, but from like a surface level, how do you guys feel about that? I want Travis to go first, and then I want John to go first.
Why,
and
man?
you can answer that as deep or as superficial, and it doesn't have to be about what's happening or whatever. Just in general, like, where do we see the sport, affiliate, whatever, however you want it, however that feels to you, you know, where do you see CrossFit, the name, going?
I don't ever see a resurgence to anything close to the glory days of the mid to late teens.
What are we talking about?
I think that You're going to see more and more de-affiliation. People are going to continue to see not as much value in being an affiliate and realize that you don't really need HQ to do CrossFit. And then I think we're going to see competitions do the same thing, not really be associated with CrossFit HQ. And you're going to see like the circuit continue to develop outside of HQ's grasp. And I think they're going to fade away into obscurity.
Does the circuit grow in your mind then? Like the circuit competition
No,
concept?
I think it's always just going to be this niche thing. I don't know. I don't think so. No, to be honest, like beyond what it is right now, I don't think so.
It's getting even darker over there. There's like a cloud over.
Yeah.
All right, Nelson, you're next. Let's hear it.
Debbie Downer.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we in the car I covered a lot of what Travis said too. I mean, I've heard rumors of gyms around me de-affiliating specifically for the reason of increased affiliate fees with a lack of like reciprocity from HQ. And yeah, I mean, I think from the sport perspective, I mean, there were rumors after semis of changes happening. Obviously none of those have been confirmed yet. But I think that regardless of what the changes are, like I think the sport will, I mean, I'd like to say grow circuit-wise just because it doesn't need HQ anymore to be able to do what it does. I mean, I think, it'll be interesting to see how the tier cup goes and like the growth of that into something potentially bigger. I think that the games will still be there for the next couple of years. I mean, I think that there's just too much money in it. How much HQ is involved with that, I think could definitely shift, and I think will shift based upon what happened at the games and kind of the fallout from everything there. And yeah, I mean, I think that, it was something that was started by a community and can continue with the community without like figureheads. Obviously that makes it a lot harder money-wise, and like organization. But yeah, I mean, I like to say that I'm optimistic. Immediately after, I didn't think this would impact the affiliate much, but I think that it will.
It's shining a light, man. Like,
hey, it's
yeah,
Nelson's turn, Travis.
It was
you had your turn.
It's like a debate, man. It comes back to me. Well, like, it's just the recent events are just shining a light on like what's the brand value in being a CrossFit affiliate.
Yeah, it's true.
What's the point?
You get your name on a map.
What are you paying for?
That also, okay, so this is another.
That name used to be worth a lot more too.
I don't know if you
it
guys
used to be worth something. Now it's a negative. It's a negative to be CrossFit.
I don't know if you guys in the arena.
Some owners say it's not, but
yeah, or like if you guys outside of the arena saw this, but in the arena, like they're playing commercials and stuff in between everything, right? And one of the commercials, which I thought was a cool concept, at first was like someone on their couch, like eating potato chips, drinking soda, whatever, and then like sees something on their TV like relating to the CrossFit games, and then opens the CrossFit app and types in a local affiliate, and then goes to the affiliate and starts CrossFit, which like I thought in theory was a really good idea, but like in practice, because all they're like what that commercial I feel like is really trying to show is like what value CrossFit brings, but like nobody who doesn't have an idea of what CrossFit is beforehand is going to access CrossFit that way. So like it didn't really seem like it made any sense from like any standpoint. So I don't know what they were thinking with that, but it comes back down to it's getting harder and harder to see what the value in it is. I mean, like I've been to a few of the affiliate roundtables like for my like region. And I feel like they're really helpful for people like just starting. But it's more of just like an open topic and discussion, and there's not a ton of resources outside of kind of like what we talked about with like CAP. But I mean, if there's tons of programs too that aren't that expensive either. So yeah, I think it's getting harder and harder to see the value in it from a business perspective.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
CJ, do you want to say what you want to say?
Sure. Lando, do you want to go?
Yeah, I can go.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot Lando talked.
Lando does talk.
Yeah, I can talk.
And everyone should listen when Lando speaks.
I will.
I think we have to look at the perspective of where things are, right? So if we think about back in the day, there was like 3 podcasts. It was Barbell Shrug and something else, right? So look at how many podcasts and things are now. So to say that it's not changing lives or impacting how we can use the sport, for livelihood is you have to look at it for, is it growing? It may just be growing slower, right, than we want it to. But we all now have chances to talk about it more. Everybody has their own platform. We can analyze it now. And I just think it's going to take time for us to see the fruit in that in the future, right? And we just have to get back to CrossFit changed so many people's lives, and how do we tell everybody else that it is life changing, right? And we just got to do that as community and on podcasts like this, and we can't just depend on a company to be the way that gets told. So that's kind of my theory.
The paradigm is shifting.
I don't need this.
You have no, hold the mic anyway.
My bad. So I think the one thing that we have been spoiled with is where we were to where we are now, right? And so we're in this sort of like post-apocalyptic CrossFit situation where we were at a higher position and very, very successful. And then a nuclear bomb hit, and then another nuclear bomb hit, and now a third nuclear bomb hit, and we're at a certain level. And so we expect us to be able to operate how we operated in 18, and we're not. And so I think a lot of people look at that and say that we're on the down. And we are relative to the glory days, like Travis said, right? And I think that's a really good point. But if we look at the totality of YouTube content consumed, it's still way more than the totality of YouTube content consumed back then. It's just broadened, right? And that was always Greg's goal, was to allow everyone a platform to deliver it however they felt, right? He never wanted to make CrossFit's piece of the pie bigger. He just wanted to make the whole pie bigger and everyone's slice grow within that pie, right? It's a very libertarian view on life and business. And so we're in that, and we have that opportunity now. And I think our platforms are doing a good job with what we're given. I think CrossFit, how they handle this and move forward, I think will determine a lot from an affiliate standpoint. And as far as the sport, I think there's too many big name people for it to just cease to exist from a structure. Now, I do think someone else needs to run it in time. That's what I hope to see. And I do hope private equity gets out. I hope they lose money. I hope they sell it. I do. I mean, it's just like, that's the only way, right? And I think that's the only way that happens. Someone that buys CrossFit needs to buy it as a passion project, right, to get it to where it was. The CrossFit entity, and so if we split it into 50-50 sport and CrossFit, right, or CrossFit or sport and affiliate, okay, affiliate includes seminars. Like, we know that that's profitable, right? We understand that that's profitable. And so even if private equity ran that and they put more money into that and they sold the sport, I still think a separation would be great. I know some people don't agree, but I think if someone can get in with the right connections and the right tools to push the sport, move the media, right? With all the media that's coming out currently, if CrossFit reignited even 20% of what they used to do, I think it would just kill, right? Everyone is just itching for that old school CrossFit content to come out. So I think it's there. I think we have the opportunity to salvage this. But the one thing that I can't wrap my head around is why private equity, like, I understand they want to clean the books. Like, that's the only reason why a lot of the decisions that they make, right? But it's clear that they're losing revenue. Like, they're losing top line revenue at the same time, right? Like, you're not doing the media. Like, everyone is consistently upset, right? So if your goal is to make more money, I know the goal is to make more money and spend less money, but there's a give and take, right? Like, you just can't do that forever. It's not going to work. And so I just can't wrap my head around why they won't make some of the changes that I think would really put them in a much better light relative to where they are now, right? From a decision making. So I don't know. It just confuses me. Like, if they want to make more money, I feel like people have laid out a plan that would make sense, but it just seems like they just don't. I don't know. It's like they don't want to make more money. Like, they don't want to increase affiliations, and they don't want to hold people, right? And a lot of people are upset for the $4,500, but I think they have the resources to make that more valuable, right? They could make that more valuable with not a lot of extra cost and revenue. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there is a lot of resources. It's just, direct returns, right? And I think that it's kind of related to like that boom that we were talking about, right? Like I think it's nearsighted to say that the games don't help the affiliate. Like it does
Sure.
in multiple different ways. And I feel like in a lot of ways that we just can't see or measure. So I think that like the retraction of that has, you know, kind of like tightened the belt on the affiliate and then what they get from that. But I mean, there is a lot of stuff. So I mean, you know, I would just like to think that with potentially like private equity selling and it becoming more, you know, if we were able to get some of those old media people back, then you would see a lot more like flow back into the affiliate to where like Google trend searches would be up and yeah, like all those kind of things too.
I also think $4,500 is not like a $1,500 change is it's a princess syndrome is why people are upset.
Yeah.
Now, had this increased consistently with inflation over the years, right?
That's a good point.
$150 a year for 10 years, no one would fucking care. It would be the same thing. But no one would care. But because it was such a drastic change overnight, everyone's a big deal. But it's still not a lot of money when you're operating a business. And if it is a lot of money, then your business has much more problems than like cap programming and like the resources that you're not getting, right? Like I think you're more fundamentally struggling than what CrossFit would do to be able to help you.
Yeah.
I just think it probably seems like a bigger deal now because like they're just the brand value's not there in the name.
Oh yeah, for
sure. Yeah. I mean, they've
so,
put themselves in a bad situation, right? Like, just like thing after thing after thing. Right. And so it's snowballing on itself, right? So the people that were on the fence are leaning the opposite way. Had the games been a massive success, none of this happened, right? Like, and maybe a few more resources come out, then maybe everyone's looking at it differently, but who knows? All right, John, you're up.
The biggest CrossFit optimist living in Peaches and Creamville. John, give us your take.
Oh, I thought you were going to go on another rant.
Who's he talking about?
I just wanted to intro you.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good intro.
You deserve it.
Junior analyst. Thank you. You're doing me right there. I would hit on, and I'm not affiliate guy. Never had an affiliate. I don't know the ins and outs of like the business of an affiliate. So I'm not gonna act like I do. But I think what Nelson said with the media, I personally think I don't know what's going to happen to Don. I don't know what's going to happen to Dave. If they sell it, if people get fired, cool. I don't know I don't know what's going to happen. I wish I did. But I do think the media people, there's going to be a change there. I think when Annette is gone, and I think when Emily and Haynes are gone, like, I think CrossFit can do so much for themselves if they just go back to making CrossFit cool again. Yeah. It's such a brand. This is what Travis hit on. It's such a brand. Like there's a difference. People don't care about CrossFit anymore. Like they don't. Yeah. It's not this. It doesn't have the same like. Cool. Like it was I cool. Do CrossFit. It was cool
10, 15
I go
years
to this
ago. Now
CrossFit
it's
gym.
Opposite.
But what I'm saying is, you can market. Like you can show freaking soccer mom who just wants to put on muscle before and after for a year. You can put that in a commercial. You can show freaking Sevon's 6-year-old kid doing grace in 2 minutes. Like you can show that stuff and market that stuff. Like, why don't you have Kevin Keister freaking doing backflips at 55 years old? I don't know how old he is, looking more ripped than I am. Why would you not market that? Yeah. Right. Showing like this, show BA people doing BA things and then market and not just about the games, but like, CrossFit games used to be like, look, this is the fittest people. These are the fittest people in the world.
Yeah.
We are forging elite fitness. And like they marketed that so well. And then you got rid of all the marketing people. And then I really think that's when you've just seen a decline. Yes, there's been nuclear bombs for sure. There was 2019, and then there was COVID, and then there was Greg, and then now there's Lazar. Absolutely, there are crazy things, but too many people love CrossFit, at least the games, for the games to fail. I don't know what's going to happen to the games. It might, recede back into being at the ranch, or like the Masters were strapped for cash, but it's still going to be there. I think they could do so much better marketing and quit focusing on being nice to everybody and go back to being like, no, this is the best thing for people in the world. Like, y'all don't get it. CrossFit is the single greatest thing that happened to health and wellness. And let us tell you why. You know what I mean? Nobody else has 55-year-olds doing what this guy's doing. Nobody else can take mom of 5 and now she's deadlifting 405 and running a 6-minute mile. Nobody else is doing that. Nobody else has Jeff Adler, right? And you don't.
Yeah.
Like, you could take it to the extreme, and then you could take it to freaking old people. Nobody else has what we have, and we can do this with everybody. Let us show you how. Instead, they market like an F45 or an Orange Theory, and they're better at that than we are. I don't think that's who we should freaking try to appeal to. Yeah. And I think the media, I think when you have that change, when something happens with that, you will see growth. You will see growth, because then all of a sudden people will be like, they're going to wear shirts that say CrossFit, right? Because it's a big deal being good at marketing. I think our marketing team is trashed right now. And this isn't a ploy to get like Sevon back or anything. I promise it's not. It's just the truth. It's the truth. Like, we used to be the greatest marketers, and now we're not. And we're trash, right? And I think that's the biggest difference. I think that's where they can make the biggest difference. Of course, you can do different things in the affiliation side, and CJ and Orlando and all you guys are more knowledgeable than on that stuff than I am. But I do think that is a huge thing that we can totally do. And I think
people are doing it already, right? Like, I mean, we were talking about the Road to the Games content that was coming out. Now media teams and camps are doing it, but CrossFit had such a good thing there, and then just stripped it away. And you can
and now they're not doing it.
Affiliate. Yeah, no, they're not doing it. Yeah.
Freaking, and how many people ate up Hiller's Road to the Games? Hiller doesn't know what he's doing. He literally just goes to the camp and says, "Can I film y'all?" And then it's Road to the Games. How many people love that? Right. And that's just him doing it because nobody else will.
Right.
And he gets,
like I said, 20%.
But
just a little. Just give us a little. If CrossFit just gave us a little, I think it would go such a long way. If you take 100%, 18 being the pinnacle, right? The pinnacle of CrossFit media. Just give us 20%. And I think it would go 20 times further than what it's doing now, which is absolutely nothing. If anything, it's just making the ecosystem more and more upset.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Just quickly,
I do.
Eaton Beaver, $2 for John's consistent tone. Well done.
All right.
Thank you, Eaton.
Passionate speech. I like
it. I think everyone wants the media back. I think it would be interesting to see if we ever did get a semblance of the media that existed 8-10 years ago, to see the effect, because I think that there's a little more of an element of right time, right place back then, and that's what true. Propelled it. It was like a launching pad that maybe doesn't exist anymore.
Almost made it.
But I hope it does. If we ever do get to see the media come back, I hope it is capable of revitalizing it. God knows it needs it.
Yeah, for sure.
We're doing our best. We're doing our best over here at WODprep.
That's right. Cool, guys.
All right. Well,
fun show.
We'll be on all weekend, whether it be me or the rest of the Banditos here.
Yeah.
Good luck
we'll
this
be on
weekend,
late.
guys.
Are you guys on spin tomorrow?
Yes.
Cool.
6:30.
Perfect. We're gonna roll on right after spin, whenever that is.
Okay.
So
this is the official Brian Spin post show, Barbell Spin post show.
That's right.
All right.
Be there.
Cool. Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll